Oh, you didn't think it was that easy, did you? Did you really think it was just going to be that easy? Of course not. This is a crossover. Let's get to it.
Put some respect on my name. You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
So the last one for the ladies, right? Yes, it can parlay with the guys and the fellas as well, but it was for the ladies, to be honest, to let you know the guy fucks with you for real. Now, I hope you folks, the few that watch this, I hope you know that I am big on reciprocation. I am very big on reciprocation, actually. All relationships are big on reciprocation, right? Um, Now, there is that part of female nature that desires, craves to get something for nothing, absolutely. And if you can do that, if you can get in a situation like that, um, go for it. I mean, why not? Oftentimes there is a cost, though. You might not know what it is up front, but oftentimes, most of the times, it's actually a fait accompli what that cost may be. So I told the ladies, if he fucks with you for real, he wants to solve your problems. Absolutely, 1000%. There isn't a real dude out there that can actually argue against that, that can disagree with that. I mean, there's the little mama boys, well, I mean, it's all those problems, though. Do I got some all of them? I mean, come on, man. I'm just trying to. I don't want to have to do all that. No, you don't got to solve all of them. You actually got to solve the relevant ones. I mean, there's always going to be minor issues, minor problems. And remember, ladies, I told you the key is actually not being a burden. So you should actually be able to solve most, if not some of your problems. We live in a day and age where most women work. Being a housewife is anachronism. Most women still hold on to that dream, yet they are the ones that literally made the society into what it is today. You literally fucked yourself out of being potentially a housewife by promoting workforce culture. So bye bye to housewifery. That's for the young women, 19 to early 20s. They hadn't really entered the workforce like that. Once you're in the workforce, here's obviously, uh, I agree with JB on this one. But once you're in the workforce, you're there, you're set, you're essentially, yeah, you're there because you now have the qualities to be a good worker, not a good wife. So once you're in the workforce, you're a working wife. And that shouldn't be a problem because, at least in the black society, black women have always been workers, i.e., slavery, dipshits. Some of y'all are literally. That, I'm not even gonna get into the retarded people that literally try to promote some black male hierarchy, patriarchy bullshit when we were literally slaves for the better part of 400 years. So, I mean, if you're one of those dumbasses, congrats to you. Your IQ level is at all-time low. Now, what I'm going to talk about is actually going to be one of the things. It's going to be a very important thing for the ladies, actually. In a way, you can kind of say this is kind of how guys can tell whether or not a woman fucks with him for real. And it's actually, now remember how I said women like to get something for nothing? Well, women are very good at trying to promote their stuff. I mean, obviously, today we have the whole feminizing of men and, how can I say it? side effect of that is also the masculine nature being implanted in women today, which is why I said what I said earlier, which is bye bye housewife, because it's actually your feminine nature that allows you to be that, makes you want to get a man that can provide all that extra. He's gonna be willing to, because you have to realize there's only a few people that can do that. So he's not looking for a woman that can match him because there is no woman that can match him. So instead, he's actually looking for something else. And actually, what I'm going to say is I haven't heard it yet, but essentially, men are for the tangibles, women are more so for the intangibles. Now, there are tangible things she can do for her man. That that part is true. That is very true. But let's just be real. Washing clothes and all that stuff is not the equivalent of buying a house. It really isn't. So that's why even back in the day, when there were still a considerable amount. Now I do know some housewives today. Um, 'cause when I was working and whatnot, obviously on the wealthier side of town, but never worked a day in their life. I mean, they just came straight out high school and dudes swooped her up and yeah, and off they go. But but you best believe she took care of that house. She did other things to contribute to the house and to make his life, to an extent, significantly smoother. I'm not going to say easier, even though that's kind of what the case was, because she was taking care of the house and the kids and the children. And he was still the head of the household, of course, but she was there to help things run smoothly, especially in his absence, because, in this society, oftentimes as a guy, you got to get out there to earn. And the more you're at home, actually, we don't live in that whole uh, agrarian culture anymore. So you're not at home like that. You actually have to be out here in the world. And of course, the society is structured where people can specialize in things. I think I talked about this earlier, where people can specialize in things, oftentimes things that takes them away from the house. And it is on the men that we rely on the society to help protect our families. That's why respect, boundaries, laws. That's why that's so important when it comes to creating a society, and that's something that, um, to an extent, I believe is instilled in our DNA as men to establish that, because we understand the importance of protecting those that are more vulnerable than ourselves, i.e., those that we care about that are more vulnerable than ourselves, i.e., our wife and our children. So, hey, if I am required to get out here and step away from my family for extended periods of time in order to provide for them, I need to be reassured that nothing bad is going to be allowed to happen to my family, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the society we live in today. That being said, while he's out there doing that, she's taking care of the home. She's doing everything she can to make his life run smoothly, as well. Now, mind you, these are the tangible things she provides, as well as representing him well, which is a combination of intangible and tangible things. The way she talks, the way she carries herself, the upbringing of the children. Shout out to the Smith family. For the longest, I was looking at Jada and Will's children. I'm like, what the hell's going on in that household? And now the world knows what the hell was going on in that household, because obviously the children are the product of the parents. Most significantly the mother, as well as the father. Even though the mother is very crucial in the early upbringing of the children, which actually helps instill what the father. She's supposed to be helping instill what the father desires, but it's just that women are much better suited with dealing with younger children, specifically under the age of 7. And then it's once the children have certain faculties and certain understandings from the teachings of the mother, women are the first teacher of the children, then the father is able to instill order and principles into them, as they age and progress. Right. So that's and that's really why the two-parent household is so critical, because there's, the life cycle of a child. Um, Both work in tandem with each other. So to reciprocate, with your guy, let's not beat around the bush. Women get with a man that's better than her. Your man's better than you. All women, yes, all, fuck you, all police, go die behind a dumpster, choke on your bagels. All women, all, ALL, all women desire a man that they perceive as being better than them, whether it be with status, whether it be with finance, preferably both, as well as all the other masculine qualities that she desires in her man. That man you're desiring, that man you're craving, right? And for example, don't get confused with what you're capable of getting currently with what you desire. That man in your head, your ideal man, he's better than you. That's what I'm saying. That ideal man, because there, of course, there's some ladies who's dealing with some dudes that aren't up to par. Shout out my sister. Yeah, sisters. Um, how to put that one in there, but yeah, there are that does happen, of course, and there are reasons for that. Remember I did the reasons broadcast. There are reasons for our choices, but the ideal man that's in their head that they would desire, he's better than you. So in the event that you're actually able to get that man, he's going to be able to provide tangibles that you simply cannot. You can't do it. So how do you reciprocate? Um, on the business, Jason Black did do the broadcast. There was a broadcast. I can't talk about it. It's in the Patreon, but he did talk. He did say something to the effect of the justification of the broadcast was what to get a man that has everything, right? Because let's just be real, you can't properly reciprocate tit for tat by getting a guy. He's willing to buy you a house and a car you literally can't afford on your own. So you can't do the same in reverse. It's good if you're capable, but if you got with that guy, you got with a guy that's better than you. But so you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to outcompete him. And even if you do rise to his level, what us, guys of that nature, like myself, for example, if my woman did become a millionaire, you best believe I'm definitely gonna beat that. Just saying. I'm not gonna let you outdo me. That's part of the competitive nature. Now I'm not competing against you. I'm just letting you know, hey, I'm the head of the house, so I gotta lead by example. God damn it. And yeah, stuff does happen. Someone might write a book or something like that, and you can't really, judge the success of that, and they can become bammo whammo, instant millionaire of some sort. So stuff does happen like that, but um, yeah, I'm not gonna let you outdo me. That's just part of my competitive nature. Now I'm not gonna tear you down, which is you know what women tend to do. I'm not gonna tear you down to try to beat you. No, I'm just gonna try to build myself up into a better man to beat you or to get there and to let you know, like, all right, that was cute and all that, but remember I'm Big Papa. So uh, stay in your lane. But one of the ways you can actually properly reciprocate for that is gratitude. Gratitude, 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 gratitude. That is what this broadcast is on. This broadcast is on gratitude. Gratitude. Now, understand. Yes, this is like one of those cardinal sins that women tend to do. But can we just be real? Like, women are not men, men are not women. Male and female is different. We have different qualities. We have different anatomies. Just listen. I already told you no, fuck most. All women desire a man that is better than them. So in the event you get that man that you deemed, all right, this guy, he fits the bill, he's better than me. That's what you do. He then takes the role of leader. Now, whether or not you want to disrespect him and do all that little hoe shit, that's on you. That's on you. And make your decisions. Remember, people make choices for a reason. That's on you if you decide to make that choice. But for those of you who understand, okay, yeah, this is my man. I chose him for a reason because he is better than me. He is going to lead me to somewhere. I like where this is going. That's what you do. as his woman. That's that's nature. That's literally in our DNA. Like even if we aren't there, you aren't taught that, you feel some type of way, which is one of the reasons why, you know, especially in Black society, you have women, and this has occurred with some of the women I've talked to too. It's like we're together, and I'm doing my thing, and then she's taking on some of those naturally submissive submissive qualities, even though she wasn't really properly taught by her mom how to be a woman, but she's like naturally taking on some of those submissive, qualities. Like I say something and she comes and she'll listen attentively. She'll desire to do certain things for me. But what tends to happen is they actually conflict with what they're taught, which is oftentimes, well, as I was saying, in the Black community, with Black women, you're only all taught to be strong and independent. So oftentimes, what I often have ran into with certain ladies is they'll have that conflict in their head where I'm saying, okay, hey, she's actually doing something submissive, and then all of a sudden she'll like self-correct, and she's like, oh, what am I doing? Like I'm, and one of the phrases y'all tend to use is I don't want to lose myself. It's like when or if the breakup actually happens, it's like, okay, you were actually going down a path that I liked. You were being feminine, you were being all that good stuff that I wanted. And then a lot of times women tend to say that phrase like I felt like I was losing myself. And all they're really saying is they're losing what they were taught to be, which is that strong, independent type woman. And when she was in the presence of a type of man, um, it's like nature took course, and then she started naturally kind of like submitting to him in a way. Now there are guys that know how to press those buttons. Unfortunately, the con men. There are those guys that do know how to press those buttons because remember, women are creatures of emotion. So y'all are y'all are gullible because of it. So there are guys that learn to push those buttons and actually make that response happen, i.e., the guys that women tend to actually spend their money on and blow their back, like the pookies that they let live with them and all that crap. In a way, she's submitting to him because he's able to fake those masculine qualities and whatnot and sweet talker and all that crap. And then after she gets out of that, then when she gets to a real guy, then she's resistant to do the very same things for him. So yeah, that happens. But ladies, you have to understand when you're with that guy that's better than you, you've already acknowledged he's better than you. It doesn't need to be said, to be honest. I mean, obviously your egos won't allow you to say it or acknowledge it, but let's just be real. You got with a guy that's better than you. Okay, let's be real. Let's lay it all out there. You got with a guy that's better than you. How you equal or how you level the playing field? Yes, there is that whole thing where he's providing tangibles and you more so rely on the intangibles because all he really gets with you is you. He has to build himself up and have assets, accomplishments, status, which is what you desire most, which is what most people on the planet desire actually most, even over money, is status. He supplies that, things that can actually be measured. The certain people he gets around and gets respect from that can be measured by their bank accounts and whatnot. Um, his assets and all that stuff. So he brings the tangibles. That's what attracts you to him because those are, unlike the fakers, that's real, that's proven. It's a check off the box. Okay, he's real. He's not one of those fakers, which most of y'all dealt with when y'all were younger. Y'all have to learn the hard way. So he's real. He's legit. He has the tangibles. He provides the tangibles. He gets you gifts. He showers you with stuff. Like we want to do this stuff. Like I don't even know. Like some of the little boys that y'all be messing with. Like yeah, he's struggling already. So of course he doesn't want to buy you a can of Lysol if you really need it, because you've been talking about how you're trying to do something and you can't really afford to do it, but he can't afford to be considerate or something like that. Like no, if you're my woman, yeah, remember I said I want to solve your problems. Yeah, I want to shower you with gifts. Why in the hell would I not get my woman a nice dress? Why would I not buy my woman some sexy clothes? You're my woman. You're gonna wear them for me anyway. Why wouldn't I want to do that? Can someone please explain to me? Like, why wouldn't I want to do that? Please explain that to me. Okay. Now that you can explain that away, it's a fact. I want to do that. You're my woman. I want to take care of that. But do realize I also know not to be exploited. I also know how to spot fakes on the feminine side. So remember I said women tend to want to get something for nothing. So if you're one of those women that you're conflicted, your wires got crossed, there's a glitch in the matrix, you're gonna want to try to exploit the situation. So there is fake gratitude because remember, I said it's an intangible, but it has tangible meaning. It has tangible actions that can also be done. As a matter of fact, gratitude definition: the quality of being thankful. That's the intangible part. However, listen to the following part: readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. To return kindness. That's an action. That means you do something. That doesn't mean that you just say, "Oh, thank you, I appreciate this," or you just verbally word your appreciation, or you just do one thing to show your appreciation. No, if you're my woman, I do something for you that is grand, that you deem as being grateful. I do something that no other man on this planet is willing to do for you. Yes, you show gratitude for that. That's how you reciprocate that gratitude. Obviously you're not going to be able to if it's something financial, you're not going to be able to put that up 100%. You can't do that. I get it. You got what I got is better than you. What you do is you show gratitude. Your feminine side, actually your submissive feminine side, the natural part of you already knows this. It's in your DNA. You just have to let it happen. And oftentimes, like when I've talked to women that gone through a breakup like that, it's like the guy did something for them, and obviously it kind of goes down that road of she was afraid of losing herself, that type thing. But it's like she actually was about to do something, and then she stopped herself. Like dude did something for her, she expressed her gratitude, and then she was about to do something to reciprocate, his kindness, do something considerate. If you look at kindness, of course, the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate, meaning it's specific to your man. That actually has a lot more weight. Like, yeah, you can be kind, you can be grateful, but when you're considerate towards your guy, meaning he specifically needs something that moment, right then, right there, and you're able to pinpoint exactly what it is, and you're able to get it done, no matter what it is, that has weight. And the reason why I say that, it actually ties into JB was talking about branding a while ago. This actually talks it sounds a lot like branding. So follow me here. The guy has the tangibles. Ladies, every guy, his woman, you're on his team, you're on his squad, you represent him. And I hope you understand this. You're his brand. You are your own brand, but remember, you represent your man, so you are, in a way, like a spokesperson, a representative, a confirmation of him. You're a brand. You are a brand. A brand simply being you are perceived value to your man, your specific man, the guy that fucks with you for real. You're a brand to him. You have more value simply because you are fucking with him for real to your man. Yes, there's also nostalgia and all that stuff, especially if he gets with you young. Oh god, if your dude is with you in your prime, 18, 19, 20, 20, to 25, if he was fucking with you then, I don't. You can be 30, 40, 50 years old. You will have perceived value in that man's head. Period. He done bonded to your ass. So if you fuck that up, everybody's choices has a reason. And, there's a reason for your choice. Now, if you fuck that up, okay, good luck with that. But you are a brand. You are your brand for that man. You have perceived value in his mind that literally wouldn't make sense. Guys aren't afraid to pay the cost at all. At all. As a matter of fact, in a way, like when we talk about fluent men, we talk about even in my situation where I was pretty much like, hey, I hold the right to have a side chick once I get to a certain level of status. That's not a guarantee. That's not saying that I will get a side chick. That's just saying I hold the right to in the event, and this is usually what tends to happen in the event, because remember, I have to increase my value, my tangible value, my actual value, my abilities, my status, financial assets, all that stuff. The benefits to my woman are going to increase exponentially. That's a given, naturally. I'm not gonna, you know, upgrade from a entry level Mercedes or BMW to my RS7 and a Bentley. I'm not going to do that, and then my girl's still driving her Chevy. No, you're going to get those benefits as well. You're my woman. You represent me. I can't have you rolling in a Chevy if I'm rolling in a damn RS7. It's not going to happen. You better sit them cute little butt cheeks and whatever that little Beamer or Benz or whatever the hell it is you desire. I'll even leave it up to you, to be honest. Whichever one you want, whichever one looks good for you. Hey, that looks good. I like that one too. Okay, cool. We'll get it. There you go. You will represent me, and I will be more than willing to supply it. Absolutely. But even with the side chick thing, it's like because women always get caught on that, but it's like y'all already know what it is. If I'm gonna supply those values, oftentimes what actually tends to happen is the gratitude drops, the whatever benefits your guy was getting to you. Yes, you were reciprocating properly at the lower levels, but as things increase exponentially, obviously, ego sets in as well. Unfortunately, that's just the status of things today. But you weren't able to, for whatever reason, the reciprocation just wasn't there. He was capable of providing way more than what could be reciprocated. By all means, I mean, it is what it is. Honestly, it's an insurance policy in my book. Now I can love more than one woman. I can love potentially two women. Whether you want to talk about that probably should. I mean, most people don't. Most people over here don't do it right. Because both, if I were to have multiple wives, all of them will be getting the same thing. I'm not going to be treating one better than the other. No, she got a Benz, you getting a Benz too, and a house. You're in your own, both of y'all getting your own houses, all that kind of stuff. Like some of these people be trying to bum it. They think they're all going to share one house or some shit like that. Like, no, that's not. No, that's why I said they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't know what they're really doing. So the way I was looking to do it was, hey, that's just an insurance policy in case you're not reciprocating properly when I get there. Okay, hey, I've gotten here, you're getting all the benefits and everything. You may be lacking gratitude and stuff, because remember, you can't really match me while I'm doing this, financially. And I expect that. I get that, but you still have perceived value in my mind. I still love you. I still care for you. You're my woman. You still represent me, right? But in the event that you aren't willing or able, or for whatever reason you build up that weird ass contempt that that people can actually tend to build up, which I talked about in an earlier broadcast, where people can actually build contempt for you because you're able to provide things for them or do things for them. So you can absolutely positively benefit somebody's life, and they'll actually resent you because you can do that and they couldn't do it for themselves. So in case that weird wiring happens or something like that, long as you don't disrespect me, you can stay wifey. Long as you represent me well, you can stay wifey. Yes, I know for whatever little weird reason you want to act the way you act, you want to not like me or whatever. But hey, to be honest, as long as the kids are being raised right, you're respecting me. I get things happen, but hey, you're gonna be taken care of regardless. Now I'm gonna have this side chick over here. Absolutely, she gonna be over there because you're not able to reciprocate properly. Yeah, she's gonna be over there. You don't got to know about her. The world's not going to know about her. And as a matter of fact, if something does happen, shout out to Jay-Z, Jeff Bezos, and them boys, hell, even Bill Gates. Yes, if you step into that field, you best believe you're going to pay for it. Absolutely. Do y'all not think Jay-Z's still paying for that shit today? You best believe it. See, I'm not on some little boy shit. See, little boys actually want to just go out here and just sleep with a bunch of women and cheat and stuff. I have no desire to do that. None at all. That doesn't represent that does nothing for me. As a matter of fact, it degrades my brand. I'm not for any and everybody. Hell no. I am very exclusive. And you best believe you're my wife, you're the most exclusive to me. So, yes, I'm going to do what I can to protect your honor because you're my woman. And you best believe when that shit happened with Jay Z, yeah, she did the lemonade. You best believe that nigga paid. And you know who supported that? Now, most of the women, y'all doing your little hoe shit where y'all was talking about she should leave him and all that bullshit. That's always the first thing for women. Obviously, most of y'all just doing that because Jay Z would have been on the market. Y'all wouldn't try and throw y'all draws at him yourselves. That's really what that was coming from. But no, in reality, folks on like real people, we understood what's happening. Hey, bro, we get, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but let's just be real. We don't know what Beyonce is like in the house. We don't know how she's reciprocating. To be honest, I'd find it hard that she is able to reciprocate because remember, she's a star in her own right. So I find it hard that she is properly able to submit like that to him in the household. I do. But let's be real, that's his wife, that's his woman. And guys like myself, I looked at that situation. I'm looking at Jay Z. Hey, bro, you fucking up. Beyonce been out here representing your ass well. She's been doing her job, nigga. We get it. You have a side chick, nigga. You keep that shit under wraps, my guy. That impacts her status. That impacts her. That's your woman. In a way, now, God forbid, I strongly doubt that he got that side chick anything of significance. I strongly doubt that. I doubt that he got her anything better than Beyonce. I strongly doubt that because that in itself, like some of these dumbass dudes, if you get your side chick something better than your main chick, your wife, that talk about mortally offended, my nigga. That mortally offends a woman. God forbid. Hell no. I doubt it was anything like that, but at the same time, hey, yeah, they're different. They're on a different level. They're on a different level of status. They have together. Their relationship itself has perceived value to the public. Oh, look at this couple. They're happily married. All that blah 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 blah. And of course, due to status and everything like that, people always assume, hey, Beyonce must be a very valuable woman because she's able to keep a man like Jay Z under wraps. And then all of a sudden, those whispers of side chick come out, bro. You fucking up. Hey, B been out here representing you well. Well, she ain't been on that crazy Jada Pinkett bullshit. She haven't been on no weird ass hoe shit. That sexy red bullshit, talking dumb stuff. No Lala Anthony crap going on. She ain't trying to divorce you or leave you. She made it serious. She's like, hey, I'm here. And you best believe that nigga had to pay the penalty. Cause that shit wasn't supposed to come out when nobody's supposed to know about that in the public. That was supposed to be you keep that shit to yourself. Don't that shit don't get out. Cause you're staying in the brand. And you best believe that nigga paid the penalty. And you best believe he paying it right now. It's the guys that was looking at Jay-Z like, hey nigga, you gonna have to pay for that one. And of course he did say something in that album that they did, which they made money off that situation too. She came out with Lemonade, he came out with Fo Fo Fo, and they made a collaboration album and whatnot. And he did say like that. He said he he said something to the effect like most dudes mess up and they have to buy they woman a gift or something like that. He said he messed up. He had to switch the weather. He had to move the whole family, buy a whole another $1 million estate specifically for his woman. And you best believe that wasn't the only thing. That nigga still paying for that shit to this day. You best believe it. Hey nigga, you gonna have to pay that penalty. And it's the men that were like, hey, yeah, you're gonna have to pay that penalty, my guy. We have no problem whatsoever paying what needs to be paid. You pay the cost. You fucking up. Yeah, you pay that cost. Hey, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, they got that split. A lot of little simpy mama's boy was crying about that shit. Oh my god, look how much money. No, nigga, she was right there. She was there. Now Melinda, on the other hand, I mean that's a little different. She wasn't there from the beginning. However, she was, eventually she got in there. I mean, so she did represent him well, and she was at least working for him when he did get with her because she was working at Microsoft before he decided to get with her. But with the Bezos, that woman was hit with him building Amazon. Oh, you best believe you're gonna pay for that. Absolutely. Break her off, bro. She was with you from the start. Now, I mean, I get it. Some stuff can happen. Even like, the Dr. Dre situation, him and his wife or ex-wife, I get it. She did some crazy stuff. Okay, but hey, she was still with you. She raised kids, all that stuff. Hey, yeah, break her off, my dude. Yeah, do that. Absolutely. It's the guys demanding that because it shows like, okay, yeah, she might lose it later on in life, but hey, for all them years that she was with you, she was really with you, she was fucking with you for real. Yeah, that doesn't, that shit ain't free. It's part of our nature as men. Like we acknowledge that, we respect that, and we are more than willing to supply the tangibles to prove that. That's like a proving. This is how much I respect that. Like, yeah, you best believe Jeff Bezos. He's like, hey, you know what? Half. Didn't even fight with the lawyers. I wouldn't even fight my damn self. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, she been waiting me from the start. Hey, just go ahead and split it down the middle, my guy. Like, go ahead. She gets that. She been waiting. She been here for that. Now, of course, he did double it. He did get it right back by the end of the year, but that's out of the picture. He said, hey, you know what? I ain't even gonna fight it. Yeah, go ahead and get her out. Now, of course, he did have a side chick, whatnot. But let's just be real. Hey, she wanted to split. Hey, you know what? Cool. You've been with me from the jump. You've been fucking me for real. I get it. Shit happens. But hey, you know what? Go ahead and break it off half. Guys have no problem whatever whatsoever. Even at the end of the relationship, like right now, there was something that happened almost a year from now. Actually, it's October 18th, almost a year from now ago. Oh boy, am I really gonna say this? I was still my wife. I had did something. I did something. I don't regret it. Actually, I don't regret it. I want to say last November, mid-November, early December, I decided to do something for my wife. I decided to do something for my wife. Most people can't say it. I spent $10,000 in a month. Yeah, you heard that right. I spent $10,000 in a 30-day period on my wife almost exactly a year ago. Absolutely. Paid off her personal credit card, put a couple thousand on that. Took her out to a couple dinners. Actually, the dinners aren't even included in that $10,000, but the dinners themselves were about 1,000 or two. Took her name Marcus. Let her get some stuff. She don't even know how much I spent. I mean, if she's watching this video, she'll probably flash back to it because, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I know she doesn't know what I spent because the gratitude, the reciprocation from what I actually did wasn't there, and I can personally relate to this. That's why I'm doing this for gratitude. Yes, your man is absolutely willing to solve your problems. Now, mind you, I wasn't even solving a problem at that time. I was just reciprocating like I want to. I'm very generous. I'm a generous person, and I was wanting to be generous to my woman. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't need to do any of that. I wanted to do that. I could have stopped at a couple hundred because that was actually the only thing required. I spent $10,000 on a 30-day period. I was about to spend more, a lot more. All I will say is to my wife, soon to be ex-wife, whom may or may not watch this video. I think she does watch them though. But you remember last year? I can't remember if it was before or after I spent all this money. But you remember last year, and I had asked you how much. Well, first, I think I said I was considering getting a new car. I didn't say I framed it that way for a reason. I guess you assumed that car was going to be for me, but I told you I was considering getting a new car, and then I had asked you sometime after. It was like a months apart, I think. But you remember I asked you how much you owed on your current vehicle, and then you told me, and then I was like, okay. If you remember that, I did that for a reason. And when I said I was looking to get new vehicles, had the car market not been as crazy as it was and still is, I wasn't just looking for a vehicle for myself. And it was not going to be a Chevy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Front alert.
So gratitude,
Front
ladies.
doorbell.
I'm gonna have to end it there. Ironically, that's her at the door.
Someone is at front door.
All right, Alexa, stop.
Sup-
Jesus, Alexa's fucking retarded, man. All right, so I'm gonna end it there. Gratitude, ladies. Remember that, please. That's very important. And as always, and now this one was for the fellas, because guys, if you do something, she should show gratitude. Remember what I said: kindness, consideration. It's action. Yes, it seems like an intangible, but there are tangible things she can do for you. Okay, so this, of course, is just information. You know what to do with it.
Don't let me down, man. If you let me down, I don't know what I'd do.
All right, thank you for watching, and until next time.
お前はもう死んでいる。